Can you imagine what we'll find?
Aliens hell-bent on killing us?
That's the spirit bones.
Hello， 大家好，欢迎收看这一集的《临安对话好莱坞》。
We make a good team.
I believe we do.
坐在我身边的呢，就是我们《星际迷航》最新电影的导演 Justin Lin。Hi, how are you, Justin?
Good.
Hold on to something!
Do it!
A great captain knows sacrifice, Kirk.
This is more than just a rescue mission.
This is where it begins, Captain. This is where the frontier pushes back.
Congratulations for the new movie Star Trek Beyond.
Thank you.
And as a director of the Fast and the Furious series, are you bringing anything from that world of speed and action into the Star Trek world of space?
In this movie, you know, the thing that I want to do was really challenge, you know, the idea of Star Trek, the idea of the Federation. And by doing that, the inciting incident actually organically kind of lends itself to a lot of action for our characters, to kind of see how these characters will react. It's about ripping apart the whole franchise. Every level, on a literal level, on a philosophical level, on an emotional level, and see where it goes.
We were overwhelmed by something we've never seen before. I know this isn't the last of my crew, but this is my last report as the captain of the Starship Enterprise.
There's a spectacular attack on the Enterprise from the massive swarm, right?
Yep. I grew up and it was very interesting because Star Trek has its DNA, its soul, is very much kind of have a very 1960s sensibility of like who has a bigger ship, you know? And I feel like the world has changed and great sci-fi reflects a lot of, you know, our modern day issues. And so this attack, you know, it's the first time I feel like you're taking a very iconic ship like the Enterprise and having it attacked in a way that you've never seen before.
Approaching Ultimate. Class M planet. Massive subterranean development, but limited to no life forms on the surface.
Proximity alert, sir. We have an unknown ship heading right for us.
Lieutenant Uhura hailed them.
Yes, Captain. No response. I am picking up some kind of signal. They're jamming us.
Magnify, Mr. Sulu.
What is this?
Shields up! Red alert!
Talk about action. What is different about the way you are able to direct action in this movie versus the Fast and the Furious movies?
Well, I mean, we're in space, so I feel like from my imagination, yeah, like the gravity, a lot of the physics, and I was already pushing it pretty hard on the Fast movies, so I feel like on this one, it was kind of limitless when we're talking about Star Trek Beyond, and we want to try to, you know, present something that people have not seen before. That was a great challenge, to try to bring, you know, set pieces or sequences that our characters have to kind of experience and fight through, and to not have any rules, you know, to make our own rules. And that's something that was very exciting to me.
I would cite regulation, but I know you will simply ignore it.
See, we are getting to know each other.
Who would be the best at driving a fast car, you think?
I'm actually really surprised because not only are they great actors, but I really put them through a lot of action in this movie. And a lot of times we have stuntmen and stuntwomen. It was amazing. Chris and Anton and Simon. I mean, I had this one shot where Simon had to get out a torpedo, try to get out before the torpedo falls off the cliff. And there was no stuntman. It was all him. He did it by himself. Yeah.
Wow.
I felt like coming in, I wanted to kind of push them, and they weren't backing off. I think it really helps the movie, and it makes all the action feel very authentic. I think Star Trek in the 50 years has explored a lot. It's kind of my job to hopefully challenge some of the stuff that people now are very comfortable with.
The audience don't need to watch the previous movie.
No,
to
I think
that's
the goal. I have a 6-year-old. I hope that his entry point into this franchise is through this movie. You know, just as much as someone that's maybe watched everything in the last 50 years, I hope that they can watch this movie and enjoy it, you know, to see that, wow, this is an adventure, this is a journey that I haven't seen before. Ultimately, my goal is to reaffirm the love of Star Trek, the love of Federation and all these characters is something that we weren't wrong to love for 50 years.
I think you bring new energy to the Star Trek movie.
What's exciting is that, you know, I started off as a fan and now to be able to be a part of it and hopefully contribute something for the future of this franchise is very exciting. It was not something I was seeking out, but I realized how much it was part of my life growing up.
Justin had obviously proven himself again and again as an incredibly strong storyteller, filmmaker with movies of incredible energy and action. But what struck me more than that was his love of Star Trek. So I felt really excited to see how he was going to bring his love to life.
Abandon ship!
He's one of those directors who knows what he wants and is able to infuse each scene with real energy.
He's a terrific artist and a great storyteller.
See how it feels and then we'll adjust.
He's someone who's very character and story-oriented, but someone who can also handle the big stuff.
Talk about Simon, he's very funny. So how was it working with him?
Well, I've always been a big fan of Simon, both as an actor and as a writer, so to be able to work with him in both capacities is a dream come true.
What does he bring to the table as a writer and a storyteller?
A lot of passion and attention to detail. Star Trek was part of my life, part of my family. But Simon, he's a big fan of Star Trek.
Yeah,
so,
he told me that.
Yeah,
too.
so for us to come together and to have discussions and sometimes argue about what everything means. In a good way, I think in any, yeah, sometimes you get passionate. I think being passionate helps. It can only help this process to make the movie better. And it was just a really great creative environment on this movie.
This cast worked together on 2 movies already, so what was it like coming as a new guy?
Yeah, it's good.
Hi.
Yeah, as a new guy coming in, I wanted to respect them for what they've done before, but at the same time, I'm coming in and trying to bring all these characters to a new adventure, a new journey. And so, you know, I welcome them to really challenge everything. That leads to good things because they care about these characters. They built these characters, and it's important as we build to the future that I'm able to mine everything from the past too.
Let's make some noise.
And how about Chris Pine?
Chris is great.
Jim, you look like crap. See you in the med bay for a checkup.
I'll see myself at the bar for a drink.
Mr. Sulu, prepare to engage thrusters.
I won't lie, it's been incredibly overwhelming to step into the role that Mr. Shatner created. It is such an iconic, specific role in like the canon of film and TV history.
Kirk here.
What's your prognosis, Doctor?
I talked to JJ about it in the beginning of the process, and we kind of made a mutual decision that it would be a mistake to try to mimic Mr. Shatner.
It's Captain James Kirk, Spock, USS Enterprise. True.
The thing that I learned about Chris was that he's also very funny. You know,
he's
and
funny?
so yeah, so on this movie we ended up having a lot of fun. We put Captain Kirk in some really ridiculous situations too, you know, so there's a side of this character that hasn't been shown in the other movies.
And how was it working with Zachary Quinto?
Zachary is such a great actor. I mean, he comes, yeah.
I think you should have this back. After all, it belonged to your mother.
It is not in the Vulcan custom to receive again that which was given as a gift.
Zachary and the whole cast, it was a pleasure.
You guys break up? What'd you do?
A typically reductive inquiry, Doctor.
You know, Spock, if an Earth girl says it's me, not you, it's definitely you.
How about those female roles? Because we know Zoe Saldana's back, and we have Sophia has joined the cast, right?
They're both great actors. I felt like there was room for these characters to really build a presence, for us to get to know them. And that's something I really enjoyed in all my movies. You know, I think having strong female characters, getting to know Sophia and developing that character just for her was, you know, was one of the best kind of process that I've been a part of.
You're no with those bastards that killed my ship, are you? I'll take that as a no.
He is Crawl. He is the reason why you're here. Come with me. Now.
Wait, now hang on a minute, lassie. I'm having a difficult day here. I've got to find my crewmates.
You help me, and I help you.
All right, well, things being as they are, I doubt I'll get a better offer today, so lead the way.
Good. I am Jayla, and you are Montgomery Scott.
Aye, Scotty.
Come now, Montgomery Scotty.
All right, hold up.
Also have some interesting villain in this movie, right?
Idris Elba is someone that I've been a big fan of, and I've been wanting to work with him, and so I feel like we were very fortunate to have him join us. I feel like he's one of the best actors of our generation, and so to be able to work with him, it was a dream come true, and to be able to build that character with him was definitely a pleasure.
You have committed an act of war against the Federation.
Federation is an act of war.
You attacked us.
The Captain, why did you sacrifice yourself for him?
He would have done the same. And if he made it off that ship, he will come for us.
Unity is not your strength, it's your weakness.
I think you're underestimating humanity.
We're really looking forward to this new movie, and thank you so much, Justin. 谢谢。
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 Oh God.
I have to say something.
Wait. What's 谢谢？不客气。
不客气. Okay. How to say Star Trek?
How do you say Star Trek?
In Chinese, 星际迷航.
星际迷航.
Wow, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hold on to something!
You really want to head back out there?
Yes.